Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A source of difficulty. One trouble after another delayed the job. Cause bodily suffering to and make sick or indisposed. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Move deeply. Take the trouble to do something, concern oneself. He did not trouble to call his mother on her birthday. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. Sorry to trouble you, but. An effort that is inconvenient. I went to a lot of trouble. A strong feeling of anxiety. He wanted to die and end his troubles. An angry disturbance. They had labor trouble. An event causing distress or pain. What is the trouble? An unwanted pregnancy. He got several girls in trouble. A source of difficulty. What's the problem? A state of difficulty that needs to be resolved. She and her husband are having problems. A question raised for consideration or solution. Our homework consisted of 10 problems to solve. Cause bodily suffering to and make sick or indisposed. Aromatic bulb used as seasoning. Be ill or unwell. Cause emotional anguish or make miserable. It pains me to see my children not being taught well in school. A symptom of some physical hurt or disorder. The patient developed severe pain and distension. Cause bodily suffering to and make sick or indisposed. Emotional distress. A fundamental feeling that people try to avoid. The pain of loneliness. A somatic sensation of acute discomfort. As the intensity increased, the sensation changed from tickle to pain. Something or someone that causes trouble, a source of unhappiness. A bothersome, annoying person. That kid is a terrible pain. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. A physical condition in which there is a disturbance of normal functioning. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the disorder. Bring disorder to. A condition in which things are not in their expected places. The files are in complete disorder. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. A disturbance of the peace or of public order. A feeling of mild anxiety about possible developments. The trait of seeming ill at ease. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Draw someone's attention away from something. The thief distracted the bystanders. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Throw into great confusion or disorder. Fundamentalists threaten to perturb the social order. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. She was rather perturbed by the news that her father was seriously ill. Cause a celestial body to deviate from a theoretically regular orbital motion, especially as a result of interposed or extraordinary gravitational pull. The orbits of these stars were perturbed by the passings of a comet. Disturb or interfere with the usual path of an electron or atom. The electrons were perturbed by the passing ion. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Remove the hinges from. Unhinge the door. Change the arrangement or position of. Tamper with. Move deeply. Destroy the peace or tranquility of. Damage as if by shaking or jarring. Don't disturb the patient's wounds by moving him too rapidly. Having been turned so that the bottom is no longer the bottom. The upset pitcher of milk. Afflicted with or marked by anxious uneasiness or trouble or grief. Too upset to say anything. The act of upsetting something. He was badly bruised by the upset of his sled at a high speed. A physical condition in which there is a disturbance of normal functioning. Everyone gets stomach upsets from time to time. The act of disturbing the mind or body. His carelessness could have caused an ecological upset. Form metals with a swage. A tool used to thicken or spread metal, the end of a bar or a rivet, etc., by forging or hammering or swagging. Cause to overturn from an upright or normal position. Thrown into a state of disarray or confusion. With everything so upset. An improbable and unexpected victory. The biggest upset since David beat Goliath. Move deeply. This book upset me. An unhappy and worried mental state. She didn't realize the upset she caused me. Cause to lose one's composure. Defeat suddenly and unexpectedly. The foreign team upset the local team. Disturb the balance or stability of. The hostile talks upset the peaceful relations between the two countries. Mildly physically distressed. An upset stomach. Used of an unexpected defeat of a team favored to win. The Bills' upset victory over the Houston Oilers. Something or someone that causes trouble, a source of unhappiness. A bit of a bother. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. Take the trouble to do something, concern oneself. Don't bother, please. An angry disturbance. A spot of bother. Cause annoyance in, disturb, especially by minor irritations. Mosquitoes buzzing in my ear really bothers me. Intrude or enter uninvited. Don't bother the professor while she is grading term papers. Make confused or perplexed or puzzled. Make nervous or agitated. The mere thought of her bothered him and made his heart beat faster. Take the trouble to do something, concern oneself. Take the trouble to do something, concern oneself. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. Ignore someone's wishes. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. An inconvenient discomfort. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. A difficulty that causes anxiety. The quality of not being useful or convenient. Deprive of the oxygen necessary for combustion. Put out, as of a candle or a light. Thrust or extend out. Prepare an issue for public distribution or sale. Cause to be out on a fielding play. To cause inconvenience or discomfort to. Administer an anesthetic drug to. Be sexually active. She is supposed to put out. Put out considerable effort. He put out the same for 7 managers. Retire. He was put out at third base on a long throw from left field. The quality of being difficult. They agreed about the difficulty of the climb. An effort that is inconvenient. Had difficulty walking. A condition or state of affairs almost beyond one's ability to deal with and requiring great effort to bear or overcome. A factor causing trouble in achieving a positive result or tending to produce a negative result. Be on the mind of. I worry about the second Germanic consonant shift. Something or someone that causes anxiety, a source of unhappiness. It's a major worry. Be concerned with. I worry about my grades. Disturb the peace of mind of. Afflict with mental agitation or distress. I cannot sleep. My daughter's health is worrying me. A strong feeling of anxiety. His worry over the prospect of being fired. Be worried, concerned, anxious, troubled, or uneasy. I worry about my job. Lacerate by biting. Touch or rub constantly. A quarrel about petty points. A rapid active commotion. Care for like a mother. She fusses over her husband. An excited state of agitation. Worry unnecessarily or excessively. Don't fuss too much over the grandchildren, they are quite big now. An angry disturbance. He didn't want to make a fuss. Disorderly fighting. Annoy continually or chronically. An angry disturbance. The act of damaging something or someone. Feel physical pain. Were you hurting after the accident? Cause emotional anguish or make miserable. A damage or loss. Feelings of mental or physical pain. Any physical damage to the body caused by violence or accident or fracture, etc. Feel pain or be in pain. Hurt the feelings of. She hurt me when she did not include me among her guests. Psychological suffering. Damaged. Used of inanimate objects or their value. Suffering from physical injury, especially that suffered in battle. Ambulances for the hurt men and women. Be the source of pain. Cause damage or affect negatively. Our business was hurt by the new competition. Give trouble or pain to. This exercise will hurt your back. Have an effect upon. Will the new rules affect me? Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Connect closely and often incriminatingly. This new ruling affects your business. Make believe with the intent to deceive. Act physically on. Have an effect upon. The medicine affects my heart rate. The conscious subjective aspect of feeling or emotion. Reproduce by printing. Mark or stamp with or as if with pressure. To make a batik, you impress a design with wax. Dye, fabric, before it is spun. Take someone against his will for compulsory service, especially on board a ship. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. This child impressed me as unusually mature. The act of coercing someone into government service. Produce or try to produce a vivid impression of. Impress positively. The young chess player impressed her audience. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally. In a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Drive something violently into a location. A conspicuous success. A gentle blow. A score in 10 pins, knocking down all 10 with the first ball. He finished with 3 strikes in the 10th frame. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. We must strike the enemy's oil fields. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. Touch or seem as if touching visually or audibly. Find unexpectedly. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. Please strike this remark from the record. Cause to experience suddenly. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Form by stamping, punching, or printing. Strike coins. Smooth with a strickle. A group's refusal to work in protest against low pay or bad work conditions. The strike lasted more than a month before it was settled. Stop work in order to press demands. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. The pianist strikes a middle C. Occupy or take on. Strike a pose. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Attain. An attack that is intended to seize or inflict damage on or destroy an objective. The strike was scheduled to begin at dawn. Arrive at after reckoning, deliberating, and weighing. Strike a balance. Baseball. A pitch that the batter swings it and misses, or that the batter hits into foul territory, or that the batter does not swing it but the umpire judges to be in the area over home plate and between the batter's knees and shoulders. This pitcher throws more strikes than balls. Cause to form, an electric arc, between electrodes of an arc lamp. Strike an arc. Deliver a sharp blow, as with the hand, fist, or weapon. The opponent refused to strike. Disassemble a temporary structure, such as a tent or a theatrical set. After the show, we'll have to strike the set and pack up. Indicate a certain time by striking. Pierce with force. Produce by ignition or a blow. Strike fire from the flintstone. Move forward or upward in order to touch, also in a metaphorical sense. Government reaches out to the people. The act of physically reaching or thrusting out. Be in or establish communication with. Our advertisements reach millions. The limit of capability. The limits within which something can be effective. He was beyond the reach of their fire. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. Outside the reach of the law. Reach a goal. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. This car can reach a speed of 140 miles per hour. Place into the hands or custody of. To extend as far as. The sunlight reached the wall. To exert much effort or energy. To gain with effort. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. The water reached the doorstep. Attempt by employing effort. To exert much effort or energy.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.